let's start. So I'll share this link with everyone. So sorry for the technical issues. This is going to be part 2. James, can you help share that link around? Thanks. Okay, so since this is part 2, let's jump into a new question here. Again, this is part 2 of a stream I was just doing for an AMA community update. And I think we lost our connection just then. So I refreshed the screen and it kind of ended the session. So let's start with a new one. And hopefully most people can kind of jump in or tune in later. So let's see. So hiring, yeah. So far we've hired one sort of backend and blockchain developer to our team. Our team currently consists of let's see, five developers, a mobile developer, our CTO, head of product, and on the sort of product and engineering side, we're now looking for Android developer, additional back-end and front-end developers as well. And we are looking for a new designer. So with that, I think over the next month, over the next few weeks is when we're going to start really ramping that up. We did want to kind of stay lean for a bit of time while we got InkPay and everything out into the open. And now that it's there and things are looking stable, I think we will be ramping up our hiring. We're also looking, so as I mentioned in the previous stream, we have our head of sort of PR and marketing as a consultant right now, and we will be looking to bring someone on full-time on the team too. So you should look for more updates there. Again, we have about 15 people right now, so plenty of people to get things done, but I think it's a great time to scale up the team now. Next question. Oh, so people asking why hasn't the Listia app been updated? So there's a few reasons for that. The main thing is that almost all of the code that we've been writing is all on the back end, right? So it's all server code. Additionally, the team has been working primarily on getting InkPay up to speed. So with all of the development that we're doing, almost all of it is just kind of on the back end. The apps are pretty light clients that talk to our servers, but all the heavy lifting is done on the server side. So yeah, we do apologize. Like we haven't fixed some of maybe the UI glitches and view things that are on the app, but we will get to that stuff. So don't think that no progress has been made. Actually, a ton of development is happening on Listia. It's just mostly on the back end, and our mobile devs and front end devs have been working hard on InkPay. Let's see. So let me look if there's any questions here. Conferences, talked about that. Hiring. Okay, cool. James, maybe you sent me over some questions already. Okay, let me take a look there. Okay, here we go. So will InkPay have a fiat gateway? Yeah, so we are working with a couple partners on getting a fiat gateway up. As you know, there aren't very many fiat gateways that exist even today. Notably in the US, like outside of Coinbase, it's really, really hard to get fiat into cryptocurrency. And on Coinbase, you have your choice among, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ether, and maybe one other one. So getting fiat into like a token isn't something that is very doable in general right now. But many companies are working on this. So our area of expertise is not sort of the banking regulations and the fiat part. So we will be partnering up with whoever kind of comes up with that solution first. Notably, we are working with Monarch, and they're an up and coming project, but they are fully kind of working on this problem. So once we get that going, just as an aside, like a lot of the consumer adoption of any of these projects, they're all waiting on the same thing. It's sort of, how do you get your grandma to buy something through crypto? Well, probably it's going to need to flow through their typical fiat currency first. So once those regulations are figured out, we will be set. So everything underneath works. We just need to attach the gateways. So that's definitely on the roadmap. That's a huge piece of what we want to achieve. When that's ready, that's when we can really get going on the consumer stuff. Real app iOS Play. So we talked about that. We are working on that. We don't think until we're ready for the true consumer adoption, for example, fiat and maybe some of the easier to use cryptocurrencies, that's probably not the thing holding everything back. But on a technical level, it's not hard. So you need to create the app, have the dApp browser and wallet enabled within it, and then you basically just show inkpay.app. And all of that UI is done already. So it should be pretty quick. Timeframe for InkPay 1.0. So we're probably a few weeks out from the feature we want to build, which is Ether payments that flow through Ink XNK token. But part of the launch is also just timing around PR, marketing team, partnership announcements. We kind of want to time everything together. That's generally how consumer apps launch their products. So on the purely technical piece, I think we're about 3 weeks or so out. And separate from that, we'll work with our entire PR team and marketing team to time everything together. So those are the considerations there. Someone asked about mainstream adoption and then launch InkPay 1.0. So just to be clear, InkPay 1.0 is going to be cryptocurrency and blockchain enthusiast focused. All of you guys, everyone in sort of the community, we want people within blockchain to find it a very easy, simple way to buy and sell anything. When we talk about mainstream adoption, I'm thinking like people who don't know anything about cryptocurrency or blockchain, and that's obviously the majority of people out there. So right now, the solution for that is, you can hop on Listia and use it, and you don't need to understand. But like I said, when we have like the fiat gateways and other things involved, then InkPay will become, like any other app you download from the App Store. You download it and you can pay anyone, and that's how it needs to work and to get like real adoption. So, people ask all the time, like, when are you going to have adoption? How many transactions are happening? Like, we have to remember this is early blockchain technology. If you look at other projects, there's no volume of anyone doing anything with any cryptocurrency. The fact that we have 2 million items on Listia is pretty amazing to me. So until we can hide sort of a lot of the blockchain pieces, it's not, you can't talk about mass adoption until there's actual people adopting blockchain. So we're more than ready for that. We already have that working piece on Listia, which is a huge benefit. And the InkPay piece of that, it's going to take a little time, but people will start to use it. So let's see. What else? Other like Monetha. So we're tackling pretty different problems, working on explicitly peer-to-peer transactions with zero trust versus e-commerce transactions where you're dealing with the store. We have kind of the concept of like escrow dispute resolution. We're talking about a transaction where you're trying to buy something from someone and nobody else is involved, right? There's no one taking a fee. You're just like, you need to trust each other. And that's what Ink is all about. It's, you can buy someone from halfway across the world and trust that you're going to get it, or trust that you're going to get your money back. And that's how the whole protocol is designed. Okay, so I'm kind of reading from the chat. Let's see. Yeah, so Listia, all the blockchain is hidden. So right now, to save on gas fees, the transactions don't happen on the blockchain, right? It's kind of like an exchange. The question here is like, is it kind of like PayPal? But it's kind of like an exchange. It's the actual transactions are happening on our backend. And when users want to deposit or withdraw, those obviously they have to hit the blockchain. And then, as Ethereum scales, we'll start to write everything to the blockchain. So it's more of a industry-wide scaling thing. Like, you don't want to, unless you need to, you don't want to spend the gas to write everything yet. But we have everything set. And, once as things scale, we are going to start to propagate everything out into the blockchain. And yeah, that's just kind of a growth strategy. But in general, Ink protocol works perfectly out there, all on the blockchain as well. But to hide it, like you said, on Listia, and when you buy and sell, when you use exchanges that are centralized, KuCoin, Binance, all those, like, nothing hits the blockchain until it needs to. That's sort of how a lot of these apps work right now. Let's see. Lucas, yeah, sorry. So I got to the chat. Talked about money. Yeah, so the app is out. What I meant by industry catching up is like, our app is out, and as soon as there's a good solution for fiat, we'll just add it on top, and everything will function the same. So like, I showed this in the previous one, in the previous video, but like, the idea that, I have my reputation already, I have feedback, this stuff is all actually on the blockchain. And, I don't expect people who don't understand crypto to use this right now. But imagine this existing already, and then we add in the fiat stuff and deploy it as its own app. Again, it's all the data is on the blockchain. So no matter how many apps you release, they all read the same data, which is awesome. So we want other people to build stuff too. But yeah, we will definitely be ready when the industry catches up. That's the whole point of releasing InkPay Beta, InkPay, knowing that, hey, you release InkPay Beta, how come you don't have thousands of transactions already? Well, that's what we're going to get to, right? That's where we're going to get to. And that's why the app needs to be ready and for the industry to catch up, so to speak. And it's just a matter of adding that piece in and then pushing it like we would push a consumer app. And that's what everyone's doing right now. You talk about all these projects, no matter how popular, how big, how small, like, they're just building stuff. There's no adoption yet. So that's why we're very, very lucky to have millions, of items on Listia already, growing daily volume of transactions. It's really huge for us. Let's see. We need a downloadable. Yeah, Lucas, definitely. We a downloadable app with its own wallet, I think would go a long way for adoption as well. So we'll work on that. PR. Yeah, so just note on the PR team, we just put it together. We have one piece of our team has been pitching already. So we're going to start seeing things come out over the next couple of weeks. And then the other two pieces of our team, it's more direct. Like, we're going to do shows on YouTube and talk to other blogs, and it's all in the works. I don't want you all to think like, oh, suddenly there's going to be like massive PR. It's a stream. and it's something that we we could have done this earlier, but then there's nothing to show, right? So we need the InkPay app, we need the stats coming out of transaction volume on Listia, and now we have kind of what we need to go to market. And we've done this, kind of worked on this more like your regular startup consumer app, rather than, hey, let's hype up like a crypto project. And so I understand where a lot of the comments are coming from, but we're ready now to do the go-to-market stuff. And just like if this were a non-crypto app, like this is the time when we need to prepare and get everything out into the open. But over the months, I do understand how crypto communities are very different than just normal consumer apps. So we're learning as we go, and we think that we're now poised for getting everything out there and getting up to speed. So yeah, so I get this question about community coin. Yeah, so like we could apply everywhere. I think it's actually bad if you apply somewhere and then don't put an effort behind it, because then you sit at the bottom and I don't think it's a good look, which is why we don't do it unless we have a plan. So like I said, we've been talking to Bbox, and they're very impressed with what we built, and they have a stringent filter to even allow people to get in to the list. And so we will be doing kind of the community thing on Bbox, and that starts tomorrow. So you'll hear more about that. Obviously, this is buried within a video, but we'll be talking more about that, and we have a plan of how to just rally our entire community. It's really something for our entire community to get involved. These projects, they're all community based. So especially given Ink protocol's out there in use, everything's done. So it's all about the community rallying around this whole thing, and seeing kind of this vision of decentralized marketplaces emerge. Write up a blog post. Okay, yeah. So right now, the very next thing is we're working on Ether payments, and then we're going to launch it onto InkPay. We're going to look for adoption there. If it becomes very clear that the downloadable app is the main bottleneck. So again, we're targeting crypto enthusiasts first. So if you think about it, there is like hey, I trust the wallet I use, right? And we don't want to suddenly come out with a new wallet that you need to trust. But if that is a bottleneck, like you guys are talking about, we will release those standalone apps. Blog posts. So following this, I'm gonna document up the last kind of month of developments, stats, charts. I'll put everything into a big community update blog post. So in case you don't want to watch this whole video, it'll all be on there. So look for that in the next couple days. Yeah, so I think that's about it. Virender, sorry, there's nothing I can talk about for speculation, trading, price, stuff like that. Okay, I think that's about it for now. James, was there anything else that you flagged? So yeah, sorry this got split into 2 videos, but we'll post both of them on our blog, and then I think more importantly, we'll have a big update post also on our blog, so that you can see everything in writing, numbers, stats, roadmap updates, things like that. So I mean, this is a long journey. I think, unlike we're not working with a developed technology here. It's not like we're creating a new iOS app that just leverages stuff that's out there and you can get adoption super quick, right? It's about being very early, getting in while things are just getting started, but being very, very ready as soon as the industry catches up. And that's what this is all about. But we are very, very lucky that we have a marketplace like Listia to integrate with, because it's showing true growth, true adoption of something that, if you explained, hey, we're building a marketplace and it uses this currency called Ink, and you just pitched it as that, like, that sounds pretty crazy. But it's working, and we think that that is the best channel we have right now for getting non-blockchain, non-crypto enthusiasts involved. And then InkPay is our way to get crypto enthusiasts involved. And then the third prong of our entire plan is BizDev, which we're constantly working on. Granted, a lot of the partnerships we signed are with blockchain communities and blockchain projects. It's just because we're both in blockchain, so it makes a lot of sense. But we are talking to mainstream companies as well. Again, that's, when you start seeing mainstream companies adopt blockchain, we'll definitely be poised there, because we're having conversations already. So, okay, so thanks everyone. We'll post both of these videos one after another so you don't miss, the chain. And then we will also go out with a full blog post and kind of community update separately. It'll touch on some of the same things, but I did want to kind of visually show everyone like how things are going. And yeah, in the meantime, the team here, people have been commenting like, all you say is that you're working hard, but the team's working really hard, really, really hard. And it's, everyone is behind what we're trying to do here at Ink Protocol, Listia, and just like all of you go out daily and work hard on what you do. All 15 of us, we come in every day, and this is all we think about. This is all we do. So thanks for your support. Thanks for the questions. We'll try to do more updates. I know sometimes we get deep into development, and we should do more updates. And that's just want to be very transparent with everyone. And yeah, we're super pleased with how everything's going, and really more excited about the future than anything, because we're set up now that we'll be ready to kind of capture as adoption grows. We'll be right there to capture it all. So thanks everyone. Look for more updates on our blogs, Twitter, Telegram as well. Okay, thanks.